Hello my lovelies, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jayla and this is motherhood and girlhood all wrapped in one. Today I thought it would be really fun to dive into what you actually need on your baby registry, okay? I feel like there are so many influencers who push so many products and you don't end up needing them. So I just wanted to give a very clear list of what you actually need on your baby registry. So starting off with breastfeeding and pumping. I breastfed for the first 6 months, but I also pumped a little bit. Here's the products that you actually need. If you are breastfeeding, and this might even apply if you're just exclusively pumping, everyone says to get the Silverette nipple covers and they are so pricey, but let me tell you, they are so worth it. Not to be too personal, but they were crusty, they were black, and I was in so much pain. If I never got the Silverettes, I don't think I would have continued breastfeeding, so they're perfect. I would really recommend asking for breastfeeding tops, breastfeeding friendly tops like button downs and whatnot, and breastfeeding bras. Sorry you guys if you can hear my daughter playing in the background. Now this one's optional, but I thought I should include it. If you're wanting more privacy, then a breastfeeding cover would be perfect for you. As for pumping, I had the Spectra S7, I think. It's a hospital grade pump. I got it through my insurance for free and I enjoyed it. I think it did the job well and I didn't have any issues with it. I also got a manual pump that you just squeeze with your hand and I enjoyed that one as well. I feel like it was really helpful if I needed relief. If one breast was more full than the other, then the manual pump was really helpful when I was out and about. Instead of carrying this giant Spectra pump, I just had this tiny little handheld manual pump and I was able to relieve myself if I needed to. If you're breastfeeding, you absolutely need a breastfeeding pillow. Some people might disagree with me on that, but I lived and breathed with my breastfeeding pillow well after I was done breastfeeding. I truly don't know how I would have survived. Now here's one that a lot of influencers push, and it's the egg light. I personally did not really care for it. It was helpful, but also I don't know if it's user error, but it just was not working for me. I couldn't get it, I was tapping it and it wouldn't turn on. It was kind of just more hassle than it was worth, in my opinion. So I definitely like the concept of it. I just don't know if I would get the egg light. I'd probably find a similar lamp that does the job without it being so complicated. What you might need, but I personally didn't need, is nipple cream. It was so pointless. It did nothing for me and it was honestly just a mess. Like, it just got everywhere. I felt sticky. I did not recommend, and I didn't feel like it did anything for me. So nipple cream was not the go-to. And then the leak proof like nipple pads that you can slip into your bras, I had no use for that at all. and that might be different for someone else if you've got an oversupply or if you have been more prone to leaking. You might want those, but I had like a huge pack of them and did not use any of them, so they were pointless to me. Now moving on to baby. One thing that I wish my husband and I had done is I wish that we didn't get so many bottles. We probably have like 20 plus Advent bottles and then random bottles that people got us. Really, you only need 5 in my personal opinion, because the more you have, the more you maintain, and let me tell you, having to wash that many bottles was not the move, okay? 3 of the small little bottles and 2 of the taller bottles. I think that's all you need if you do bottle feeding or pumping or whatever, okay? I would really recommend getting, if you have bottles, I would recommend getting nipple sizes 1 through 5, just so you have them all on hand and you don't have to run to the store every time baby needs to go the next size up. They're just helpful to have. But also, I guess that's kind of optional. Like, if you don't want to spend the money, you don't have to, because your baby might not even go all the way up to 5, so up to you if you want to get all 5 or just get the first 3, but definitely get different sizes just to make sure that your baby can get the flow that they need. I would really recommend getting a first aid kit and a grooming kit. It should include everything that you would need to take care of your baby, and I found that to be really, really helpful. Now, everybody says that they don't want clothes, or like don't just get clothes. I actually had an issue. People did not get me clothes. So I would recommend putting clothes on your registry from 0 to 6 months. Honestly, I would even do 0 to a year, because some babies will grow super, super fast. They could be 4 months old, but wearing 6 to 9 months. So definitely get a range of clothes if you can. So my daughter had an issue with scratching her face a lot, so I really think mittens should be necessary on a baby registry. Some might say that's optional. I feel like it's necessary because she was scratching her face if she wasn't having the mittens on. So I don't even know what this thing's called, but the little bath thingies that you have in the bathtub, we had a bad one. I did not like it. It was plastic. It seemed like she was uncomfortable on it, and then we got one of the mesh ones and it was much more comfortable for her. So I would really recommend adding a really good bathing thing to your registry and make sure that it's going to be comfortable for your baby and that it can grow with your baby too. Definitely have diaper cream and baby powder. Having a stroller fan is a game changer, not even just for the baby, for you. I had the stroller fan in my delivery room with me when I was giving birth, and that was amazing. Especially when I first started breastfeeding, I would get incredible hot flashes. It was so uncomfortable, but having the fan on me was so incredibly helpful, and I was able to just attach it to the side of the bed. So a stroller fan is really, really something I would put on your registry because it's really helpful for baby and it's really helpful for mom. Definitely invest in a good baby carrier, one that's going to be comfortable for you and for dad. And also the cloth baby wrap carrier, 100,000, 10%, you need to put that on your registry because one, it's freaking cute when you are baby wearing with that. Two, it's super lightweight, and I know it's intimidating, but it's really, really easy to use. And three, it's really easy to wear your baby and get stuff done, and there's not like a bunch of buckles and things that you have to do. You literally just tie it, and you can watch a simple video to figure that out. After you do it like 3 times, it becomes muscle memory. Like, it's so, so easy. I really, really recommend getting a baby wrap cloth thing. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know the words for things. My bad. Now, this one's also a given, but diapers and wipes, and I would really, really, really recommend asking for diapers from sizes 0/newborn to size 5, maybe 6, but some babies will grow really, really fast, and we ran out of diapers by like 4 months, and we've been buying diapers ever since. So we got a lot of size 2. She was not size 2 for very long, so I would recommend 0 to 5 in diaper sizes. Now, something that I don't think that you really need, and that came as a surprise to me, was baby towels. They're cute, they're adorable, okay, I love them. But my baby was a big baby, and she just did not fit in them in a cute way. If you have a small baby, then they're perfect, but I had a tall baby, and so we could never wrap her all the way, and it just seemed uncomfortable for her, and we actually had a lot more luck with regular towels. So that's something I don't really think you probably need on your registry. I also don't think that you need to be adding a bunch of bows and headbands and hats and sunglasses, any baby accessories. Keep it to a minimum, because one, that's just going to clutter up your space super fast. I mean, if that's your thing, then by all means, go for it. But my daughter won't let me put anything on her head. She will just pull it off, and she's been that way since a newborn. So all the headbands and bows and things that I have not been able to use because she just pulls them off of her head. The same goes for toys. I really don't think that you should be asking for an enormous amount of toys. And some people might disagree with me on that. But again, like, it's going to be a while before your baby even starts playing with toys. And even then, they're going to be more interested in a kitchen spoon than they are with the whatever toy that somebody gets them. And maybe your baby won't be, but that's just in my personal opinion. I just don't think it's necessary to ask for a ton of toys. Plus, it can get really overstimulating if they have too many toys. So, something to consider. Now, my favorite part. Here's the things that I would absolutely put on your registry for mom. I would definitely ask for comfy pajamas, especially breastfeeding friendly ones if you're going that route. Having really comfy clothes to rest in, especially when you're freshly postpartum, is so important. Being in your pajamas is going to, it'll make you feel like a slob, but if they're cute pajamas, then you can feel a little more put together. I would also recommend getting a lightweight bathrobe. I had a really lightweight black one, and I pretty much wore it in the hospital and outside of the hospital for the first 2 weeks. It was breastfeeding friendly. I could just pop it open. It was easy to get off when I needed to take care of my downstairs postpartum. So I really enjoyed having a lightweight robe as well. If you don't already have one, definitely put a water bottle on your registry because you're going to need to stay hydrated, okay? Even if you're not breastfeeding and you're not pumping, you're going to need to be hydrated. You need to be taking care of yourself. So definitely get something that's going to help you stay hydrated and stay healthy. There's a Freedom Mom postpartum kit you can get, and it's going to come with everything you need postpartum wise. It'll come with the lady granny panties that are so comfortable. It'll come with some spray foam, I forget what it's called. It'll come with some witch hazel pads. It's going to be really, really helpful, and then you can just buy whatever you need in stock. I would also really recommend getting extra witch hazel pads. Those were really, really helpful for me. Especially if you end up tearing, you're going to want to keep that stuff on stock, okay? And if you buy the kit, you are going to run out and you'll need to buy more. Now, the last two things are optional, but grippy socks I found to be really, really helpful because I didn't have to worry about slipping and falling on my butt. I did pass out the first time that I got up after birth, so the grippy socks were helpful, making sure that I just fell in one place and I didn't just slide all over the place. Other thing that I think is optional but I found to be really, really helpful was a belly binder. I didn't do it so that I could get snatched super fast or anything like that. It can just feel really, really weird having an empty belly and walking around, and I personally was super, super nauseous and I was just not feeling good the first few weeks postpartum. So that belly binder really helped me feel a little bit more secure and grounded. So I would recommend getting one of those if you think that you could be kind of queasy or anxious, or that you might just appreciate feeling a little bit more grounded with something like that. Well, that's everything I have for you guys today. I hope that some of this information is helpful for you as you're building your baby registry. If you've already had the baby, done the registry thing, I'd love to hear your feedback in the comments and let me know anything I left out that you found really helpful to have on your baby registry. I think it would be really sweet if we could just kind of build a community around that and help each other out in that aspect. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you so much. Bye!